Hey everybody, Rich Rodriguez requested this breakdown. He's a student at Masterskya. He also is a student in Chop and Chops. He has actually a striking background, but this was actually, I think, his first grappling tournament. So let's take a look at what happens. So Rich gets a left collar tie, and he has a right bicep control. And Rich, although I think this was his first grappling tournament, he's pretty comfortable. And what's going to happen is he's going to get his collar tie again, but his posture is a little bit too upright, and his weight is going to be a little bit in his back leg in a second. So his opponent is going to reach in for a single leg, and Rich is going to counter with a guillotine in a little bit. So here, so Rich again has that left collar tie. Now his opponent is going to start to go for his leg. If you see, his opponent's foot is on the outside of Rich's foot, so his opponent has a slight angle to find that single leg position. And Rich is kind of facing here, so again, his left leg is open. So now his opponent reaches for it. So here, what Rich would want to do is, he would want to do a couple of things. He would want to push the head either to the inside or to the outside. He would also want to whizzer and frame with this arm right on the side of the neck, trying to get his leg back in the game. He can also look for some sumigeshis. I think this was the beginner division. I can't remember if scissor takedowns are legal or not. He could look for potentially a scissor to go for the legs. And Rich actually is doing that. He was using both of his hands to stuff his partner's head down. If you look at his opponent, he has his legs are really, really wide apart. So he has his single leg is pretty loose, and also his back is rounded right over here. So his opponent was not in an ideal position for a single leg, and Rich is going to capitalize that with a guillotine in a second. So he gets a guillotine, and Rich just pulls guard. As soon as Rich pulls guard, the issue with the guillotine is that he's too flat right over here, and there's too much space in between Rich's body and his partner. Rich wants to have his his chest way closer to his opponent's back. He wants to make sure that the hairline is covered, and he wants to have his left elbow starting to connect to his left hip. So he wants to turn onto his left side, and he wants to block his right side so that his opponent doesn't jump over. Let's keep watching. So from here, his opponent is, now Rich is going to do that with his leg to block the jump, which is really good, but he's, again, too flat. It's a little bit difficult to finish in this position, and his opponent would want to straighten his back and look up to start to alleviate the pressure off his neck, using his hands to grip fight, to try to peel the wrist off of his neck. And now his opponent looks like he himself started to bail. He got on his toes, and he started to bail, and Rich is going to follow, and he's going to just come to the mount right over here. Actually, Rich is going to try to go to the mount, but he's going to accept the top. As soon as he's coming to the top, his opponent starts to turn away from him, so Rich is going to capitalize by going to his back. So right over here, what Rich is want to do is he wants to switch this hand to the neck and this arm over here to an underhook, and he's going to want to take this knee and put it right next to his partner's knee and base out with this leg. That's what he would want to do it, but Rich is going to try to go straight for the back, and the issue is he went too far around his partner, and his hips are a little bit too high. So if his partner started to buck him off, Rich could follow him, but he could also lose it. So Rich went a little bit too much around his partner. He should have stayed on the side right over here and trying to break his partner down into this direction right over here. We can also see Van in this corner coaching Rich in this match. So now Rich, as you can see, he starts to slide off. So his hip is way above his partner's. So this is not an ideal position for Rich. Again, if he has the neck with his left arm, he wants to be on this side, on the side closest to us, to start to go for the back, not on the other side. His opponent could have taken his right arm out and underhooked Rich around his waist and put Rich on his back, had he been able to do that. Now Rich, see, he comes back trying to fix it, but he was losing his balance, so that's why he had to post with his arm. Rich jumps off. He does a good job about maintaining the top position and not coming out. And his opponent sits to try to re-guard, to try to get his guard back. And now Rich is going again towards the back. But again, if he has this arm, he should be looking for that hook. So now Rich switches it. So he did a good job there. And now he's finding the hooks. Van is probably losing his voice right about now. Screaming a lot. Rich got his points, and now he got a mount. So now his opponent is actually going to do a good job. So his opponent put his hands on Rich's hips. He brought his heels in, and he's going to buck Rich up. And he's going to get his knee, one of his knees, his left knee in there. Sorry, his right. Yeah, he got his left. So as he got his left, this is actually a good position for Rich to go for the old school BJ Penn dope mount. Rich can take his right knee and bring it in between and put it on the floor in between his opponent's legs. Take his left, step over one knee, and then mount his partner again. Or Rich can do a hip switch and jump over to his right side right over here. Or also he can put both knees on the floor and now use his feet to hook on top of his opponent's feet and go into a hip smashing position. So these are the several options that Rich has in this spot right over here. His opponent or partner wants to either go for like single leg X, start to go for like leg attacks, or bring this leg in to get two butterfly hooks to try to fight back against Rich. But his opponent just stays here and doesn't really do too much. So Rich, again, should put this knee on the floor either on this side or bring it in between his opponent's legs on the other side. And now Rich just kind of steps over back to mount, does a good job there. And his opponent actually did he had a nice escape actually. So what happened here, as Rich was mounting, his opponent took both of his arms, scooped it under Rich's leg, and he's going to now face us and come out the back door. This is a pretty high percentage escape, and it was a good escape for his opponent. Rich does a good job by staying on top. Van is probably screaming to stay on top. Here, Rich wants to actually sit down on his opponent. His opponent has like a very small like single leg position right over here, and Rich can start to turn and start to chase the back once more. He could also stuff the head and run his leg out. But his opponent, he could underhook Rich's back with his right arm and start to work takedowns on Rich and reversals on Rich from there. So it's not a bad spot. His opponent looks like he's trying that. Maybe he wrestled in the past. And actually, Rich did exactly what we talked about a second ago, started to face him again. His opponent chased him. Rich puts him back into guard, and they went out of bounds, so they reset. So Rich again ties up, same left collar tie. So here, Rich, like his stance, like again, Rich has some martial arts experience from before, so he's very comfortable. But you don't generally want to have your hands at your sides just like this. You want to have your hands in front of you, guarding your legs, and you want to be in a small squat, like a wrestling stance. And Rich kind of just lunges from here to tie up. And he's going to do a nice arm drag from there in a second. So let's back up a couple of seconds. So right here, they have a wide distance, and let's look at his opponent's left arm. So his opponent kind of reached in, and Rich parried that arm to the side and went for an arm drag right away. So that was a really nice reaction from Rich. Now he's going to go and jump on the back. If you can notice, he has his left arm around, and now his left leg is on the correct side. Before, and if you remember the earlier back take attempts, Rich was too far on the back, and he was even momentarily on the opposite side. So that's not what you want. This is the correct side that you want to be. And now Rich is going to do a great job of jumping on his back. He put that same hook, same side as the head. That's the correct. And already his arm is in the spot to go for the choke. And Rich is going for the neck right away. His opponent tries to shrug him off a little bit. They're going to fall over. And Rich is going to squeeze. It looks like he's under the chin. He got the points. It's hard to see, and his opponent taps. All right. So he did a great job there. That was his first tournament. I believe he got gold in that tournament. I think he had a couple of fights. So we're really happy with that. And we actually recently promoted him after this performance as well. So this was a nice match. So guys, if anybody has any matches that they want me to review, Doesn't matter, what skill level, who it is. We saw a lot of interesting exchanges here. Some back takes, how Rich fixed the back, some escapes, some, different things to see. So definitely hit me up and I will do my best to provide you breakdown of the footage. All right, guys, thanks a lot and hope everybody's staying safe. Take care.